was an accident. About an hour ago, a small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board.
President of what?
Gas, check. Food, check. Water, check. Weapons, check. Everything, check. Network, check. Multiple places to go, check. Chemical suits, check. You name it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to PrepperNow. I want to talk about what we consume and what goes into us, and why, as preppers or people that maybe put away food, we should be a little bit more cognizant of what is in the ingredients of those foods and other things also. I think basically everywhere around us we're getting a chemical bath, and none of us really signed up for it or want it. So what am I talking about? Well, let's just start with a little bit of a little fun. About a month ago, a guy took out a lawsuit. I believe it was in New York City area. He purchased a pack of condoms, and he got this thing tested. He just wanted to see what was in it. What was he putting around his little buddy down there, right? And basically, it came back that it's got these PFAS things, PFAS, whatever you want to call it, PFAS. These are the microplastics. These are things that are breaking down and getting into our systems, our water, our food. I think I read yesterday on the crisis report that basically most of America, or 100 million people or whatever, a good portion, not most, maybe a lot of America, they have a lot of these things in their water. It's all over the place. And we're just consuming them left and right. These things cause infertility, they cause cancer, really shouldn't be in any products that we use, but they are. And this guy figured out through the conducting of lab work on his condom that he was going to subject himself to a lot of those PFAS infertility things where the fertility does matter down there. So now he's in a lawsuit, he's got other people, typical story. Now, whether he's doing this because he actually wants money or really cares, or, you know, I don't know the intentions behind it, but it did expose the fact that these things are there. They're in the condoms. Now, my wife has really been on a kick of this lately, and we are trying to be a little bit more holistic and organic with everything that we use and consume. It's very tough to be able to do that perfectly, but we're doing it. We're trying to do it. It's more expensive. So we're getting this kind of cereal. Kids loved it. It's a Choco kind of thing, right? Super easy as a parent. Put this thing out, a couple of bowls and spoons, in where the milk is. Boom, they're making themselves breakfast. You get to sleep in a little bit longer. Kind of nice when you're super busy like we are. Well, I'm sitting there and she's getting on this kick, and I'm like, all right, I'll start to read the label. And basically we agreed if it's got more than 6 or 7 ingredients, and the ingredients we can't really pronounce, then we kind of try to stay away from them. So I took this bag of cereal and looked at it on the back. Sure enough, it said made with bioengineered food. And I was like, all right, we're done. Now we get them kashi. We get the kashi stuff. But when you look at the back of these things, you can really get an idea of just how much is in there. And a lot of them, of course, are concerning. Yellow dye, number 5, red 40. All of these things are in food that we consume on the daily. And so, you know, if you're privy, if you understand what's possibility with your kids with these things, then you don't want it. You know, not just like what it causes of a physical level, but what it does to their behaviors. You know, the red 40, I think it is tied to ADHD and you know, just all of the nasty behaviors makes it so they can't sit still. My middle daughter was on the meds for about a year, and you know, my wife understands all this stuff. She's a literal encyclopedia of pharmaceuticals, which it's funny, it's why she's now really against them and their use. And we started to cut out all this stuff with her. You know, we wouldn't allow things like my kids wanted sports drinks for their you know, their sports and stuff. And I was looking at the back of Gatorade. Sure enough, all of them are in there. And I was like, nope, we're done. There's this organic one that we get that is, it's just organic. And to the person that just sent me the recipe in my email, I haven't checked that out yet, but I'm going to. He basically sent me a recipe to make a sports drink on our own, so we don't have to be reliant upon a company or anything like that, which is great. Thank you. But we took my daughter basically off the meds. And it took a while, and it took focus, and it took a lot of like really good food. Now the good thing is she's our super healthy eater. Like, she loves watermelon, she'll eat vegetables. You know, she's very healthy eater compared to the other two. You know, she was eating salmon last night. You know, just that's how she rolls. So it was not hard for us to kind of get her off and to take her off and get her into a way where she could get off the medications. And oh my gosh, is she so much better. You know, you put the kids on these things, especially for ADHD, and they just, sometimes it zombifies you. There's all kinds of other issues. You know, my wife is now very much not into giving pharmaceuticals unless you absolutely have to have them. So, and now, you know, we've got friends with children, and they sit there and talk about how all their kids are on this stuff and how it changes their moods, and we're just so thankful that we were able to get away. But, you know, the main thing is that we live in a society where everything is a quick fix. Everything is a pill, you know, click have, you know, I want this now, I'll get this now. And, you know, solutions in life are just not that way. Sometimes it takes hard work. I've been losing weight, and I'm just been at the same number for about a month now. And, you know, but I've had this before. I did about 20 pounds up ago, and now I want to kind of get down and break it because, you know, I don't want to be at the same number. I've got a goal. It takes time. It takes hard work. About 10 years ago, Kellogg's, General Mills, whatever the heck it was, they promised to take all this stuff out of our food. And they haven't done it. They did it for other countries. They've done it for Europe. You know, instead of using the dyes and stuff, they use like carrot juice and blueberry juice, and they color it naturally, and it's not nearly as bad. Well, they're not doing that for us. And it's a problem. I mean, it affects us in ways that we don't even know. People are sitting here going, why are we're seeing an explosion of cancers. Now, of course, I can't specifically say it's because of this or that, but I can tell you that the preservatives, the ingredients, all of them have gotten much more chemical-based in the last 10 to 40 years, whatever it is, and I think we're seeing the consequences from a lot of that, if only in the behaviors of our kids, not being able to sit down and just, be. As preppers, it's important for us to look at the ingredients and try to get stuff that lasts a long time, but at the same time, will not overload us with salt or overload us with sodium or all the things that could really give us health problems. We are in a country right now where the bottom dollar of the corporates is the end-all be-all. The only thing they really want is for their product to sell and to make as much money as possible. When I'm teaching students about the world wars, I really try to make a point of telling them all the different corporations that profited off of human misery in those situations. And that there are many, not all, but there are many corporations, no matter what the environment or situation in the world is, will do everything they can to capitalize on it and to make as much money, even if it means that human misery ensues. So just something to be cognizant of and think of. Look at what you're eating and do your best. I know it's easy to say it. Everything is so expensive now. So do your best to try to consume cleaner, better food, and of course be just generally healthier. We're trying to do it in our house, and we're seeing the benefits. All right, friends, God bless. A little food for thought on the morning drive. Check out the links in the description, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. God bless. PrepperNow.